Yeah, we have several conservative thought leaders going into Target to film themselves being snarky about it, and just what the bravery it must have taken to do this. Here's Benny Johnson going into Target.
Florida, just walked in the door.
Oh, thank you. Great website. Oh boy.
That was great. That was awesome.
Okay, so I am here at Target in Tampa, Florida. Just walked in the door. You've heard that there's a backlash and that Target's made some real changes to their very aggressive pride display this year, and you have been lied to, actually. Because right here at the very front of the building, there you go. There's your little toddler mannequin. And
So what he's taught okay, already the freak out about Target is so fucking niche and so trying to thread a needle. Like you see people are like, for 40 years we never had a problem with Pride until now. Target started selling pink t-shirts to kids.
Yeah. Yeah.
Enough is enough. And it's like, well, pretty sure you always had like a fucking conniption fit about Pride every single year that you knew it existed. The niche argument, that the niche like complaint that Benny Johnson has, is that Target responded to this insane amount of outrage, like people going into Target and like thrashing signs and just nonstop complaining about Target in general. They said they had to move some Pride stuff to the back of the store, or they removed some Pride stuff. Period. They blamed it on the safety of their employees. They said their employees were getting harassed, targeted bomb threats. I saw something about like several different bomb threats being called into Targets.
That's absurd. Like that's because at first my first thought was, man, Target sucks for that. Target sucks for like backing down. But then, yeah, no one's getting paid enough to deal with bomb threats there. Like that sucks.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's easy for me to say. I don't like care what Target does. I don't consider Target an ally of like marginalized communities. So they're just trying, like, the most charitable thing you could say is, oh, Target is trying to make money off of gay people. Target is unoffended by gay and queer people to the extent that they will take money from them, which is like, oh, okay. I guess that's a level of tolerance. That's fine. It's fine. Yeah, some of these responses to Target are like people literally think they're going to war with Target. Like that's why you have these bomb threats being called in. But here Benny Johnson is talking about, now he's responding to Target's response. Benny Johnson posted red siren emoji. Target is lying to you. Red siren emoji. Target, quote, we removed satanic items. Reality, here they are. Target, quote, Pride section is for adults only. Reality, groomer child mannequins. Toddler onesies. Books. Fucking books, Tony.
Books?
Yeah.
Books? This is why I'm not teaching my kid to read. This is
exactly.
why I'm never going to teach my kid to read, so they never can see this stuff.
Exactly. This is like the fucking Cubans who are like, no, reading is bad. Teaching children to read is bad, actually, because literacy, that's how they like spread communist propaganda.
Yeah, exactly. I also like the idea that Target actually said, hey, we got rid of the satanic items. Like, Target used the word satanic. That's so bad. Funny. So stupid.
Yeah, I don't think Target ever said the Pride section is for adults only. Right? No. They've had like rainbows on kids' shirts for years now.
Forever.
Which, again, is fine. But teaching them to read, no. That is the worst form of grooming. Once like we were talking about, once you teach them to read, you put all sorts of fucking ideas in. Do you know how many books there are out there?
True. I mean, if you think about it, one of the best periods in time in history where things were going the best was right before the printing press was made,
Absolutely.
right before that, when people had no access to read, and even if they had access to books, they couldn't read them anyways. That was a good time. I tell you what, I didn't see no fucking Pride merch then.
You know that these books, you can put literally anything in them. You can put whatever you want in them. Just like, whatever.
Pictures? Would you put pictures in there?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Fuck.
Nasty pictures.
You don't even have to know how to read to see pictures. That's scary. What if it's two boys holding hands?
I'm like waving around a copy of the Kama Sutra. Look what I found in the children's section. Right next to the plushies. Look at this. Showing it to people.
Oh, if it's not for kids, why are they cartoons? Why are these animations? Why aren't they using real people if this isn't for kids?
Listen, as a former kid, I can tell you this shit gets me excited. I know. All right, I remember. We removed satanic items. Here they are. And so we're going to see where the satanic items are in this video. But I love groomer child mannequins. Dude, they're obsessed with the idea of child mannequins. There's
like a new thing.
There's comments in these videos where they always reference the child mannequin like it's a sex toy. Like the mannequin is a sex doll. It's like to help pedophiles not offend. Oh, the Target is an ally of the minor attracted person community. They're leaving their dolls here for them.
It's because of the more inclusive mannequins they have now, the ones with some body on them that have for adults, because like now they're seeing caked up mannequins that are adults. And they're like, whoa, that outfit does look real good on that mannequin. And if they're using mannequins for kids too, and I'm looking,
who are those for? Who are those for?
Exactly, who's that for? You can't just picture what it looks like on a kid by seeing it on a rack. That's what hangers are for.
No, well, no, they have to create icon. They worship the child like a god, and so because they're pagans, they create an icon of the child that they also then worship.
Florida, just walked into the door.
You've
heard that there's a backlash, and the Target's made some real changes to their very aggressive pride display this year.
So now he's sarcastically saying that Target says they've listened to our concerns, and we're not crazy at all. They actually respect our opinion. But we'll soon see how full of shit they were when they probably said that to Benny.
And you have been lied to, actually, because right here at the very front of the building,
it's like a mannequin family, and the daughter is wearing a checkerboard, like rainbow, but it's checkerboard, so it's like a deconstructed rainbow. It doesn't even look rainbow; it just looks colorful, colorful. It looks like TV static.
Vibrant, almost like something that kids would just be liking because it's so colorful.
The dad is wearing just a light blue shirt, which I guess he's probably a trans man then.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. That light blue is the color.
And Benny Johnson is like got his camera on him with this shit over his shoulder, and he's like, "Can you fucking believe this? You believe this insanity?" There you go.
Little toddler mannequin, and it gets better. Check this out.
Isn't that gross? Isn't that? Look at this. You could do anything to this toddler mannequin.
Yeah.
What are these people are such freaks, dude.
They're such fucking freaks. Like, why are you making this really normal thing that's been around forever weird?
So, they've also have plenty of toddler gear, plenty of onesies for literally.
Like, that's not even a Pride one. It's got a sun and bears and a bunny rabbit on it.
Yeah, it's just colorful kid stuff. Also, this is that thing too where
12 months.
Anything
12 months. They're selling a onesie with a radiant sun on it to 12-month olds.
You know what that means? Because you got to put kids in the sun to activate them. You know, like a grown man going through the onesies by himself is so much weirder
on camera.
Anything Target could have put out for Pride.
Filming himself doing it.
So weird.
And then they have this designer.
Here we go.
See that? This is designed by the now infamous Satanic Company. The guy that says, we're hanging with Satan because Satan respects pronouns.
I'm so, like, I don't know, as a former edgelord, as like a current, you know, cool guy, Satan respects pronouns is like the tamest shit I've ever fucking heard in my life. It's so funny that's what you're that's the part of Satan that's the scariest, actually.
And that is like and it's so funny because like I'm pretty in touch with a couple things. One of those things being like fashion and things like that. Another thing being like, you know, just like the queer community, you know. I don't know who this designer is. I don't know anything about this, but this guy does because they're so obsessed with it.
Yeah. I feel like I had seen that logo. It's Baphomet and it's got like a banner around it that says Satan respects pronouns. But I feel like I've only seen it because of these people have been posting about it that's like probably a year-old design.
Yeah, I've seen it as like you know, just a meme basically like shared in a Instagram story, but I don't know who it is.
So the satanic item he's talking about is a fanny pack, a pink fanny pack that says "We belong everywhere" in like trippy hippie font with a galaxy behind it.
Yeah. And but why is that ribbon of galaxy trans pride colors?
It is.
Is that what?
Yeah.
Yep. They're saying that trans people belong everywhere, not like not just in like California.
Brand. Look it up. Right here at the front of the store, along with the child mannequin. Now I've been asking.
It's next to the child. This is what they want, folks. They want to violate the child, but it's currently illegal for Target to buy one. So they have to settle for a mannequin. They have to violate the mannequin.
At least they didn't put the fanny pack on the mannequin, because then they would have had to they would have had to blur that out. This would have got taken off TikTok right away.
How close is this giant display, which is at the front of the store? How close is this to the Joanna Gaines section, which I find particularly interesting?
It's so funny, man. So I go to Target frequently because there's one by my house, and they always have.
You're gay.
Yeah. They always have like very flamboyant stuff at the front, you know, when you first walk in through the doors, because that's the young women's section.
Yeah.
That's where you're seeing the inclusive body types, and that's where you're seeing the like teenagers that these people fucking despise. And but none of that stuff's for me. I don't go through it and like mock it, even if it wouldn't be something that I think looks good or whatever. I don't give a shit, man.
Interesting, because you know Joanna Gaines has a very lucrative, presumably multi-billion to the Joanna Gaines.
So he's saying, because this is at the front of the store, the Pride thing. How close is the Pride section to the Joanna Gaines section, Tony? And both of us, I think, we're like, wow, that is so true with who Joanna Gaines is and how we know her name and that she does have a section in Target. That we're all wondering how close.
I'm not looking it up right now. I'm not looking up the name Joanna Gaines.
Well, you don't have to. He'll tell us who it is.
Oh, okay,
so
good.
Don't worry. He's gonna walk over to the Joanna Gaines section.
Which I find particularly interesting.
Which I find particularly interesting as somebody who studies the layouts of Targets and the different, you know, fashion contracts they have with different fashion designers.
Also, a multi-billion-dollar deal with Target. That's a number that's not real.
No. Yeah.
Gaines has a very lucrative, presumably multi-billion-dollar deal with Target.
Presumably, one would presume.
And she's a Christian who has Christian moral values that she wishes to uphold. And
So this is why they know who she is, I guess, is because she's like, I don't know, the world's biggest Christian entrepreneur or something. Because when you go over to the section, I know what section they're talking about now. It's like the section that's all gold and silver and canvas colored.
Oh yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah. Some of the home goods stuff is kind of cool.
Yeah, some of it is nice looking. Others are like really tacky. Like napkin rings that look like low poly resolution, stuff like that. Like, I don't know about that.
Painting stuff gold has got to be a sin.
Yeah, and it's not even real gold.
Yeah.
Sinning twice.
Christian who has Christian moral values that she wishes to uphold and built her entire brand on family values. You see, I've just taken like probably 10 steps from the display, and here we are.
Bingo bango.
Joanna Gaines fiefdom inside of Target. So
he laughed at his. Gaines got a whole temple built for her. Like, that's kind of cool.
Yeah. I love his insinuation here is that she's supposedly a woman of good Christian values, and yet she allows her stuff to be sold so closely to demonic energy, demonic people. Yeah, why? I can't believe this good Christian billionaire partnered with a corporation would violate her faith like that by being next to a rainbow flag.
Well, that just speaks to the power of money, Like they can just trick anybody into being right next to the grooming stuff just for $1 billion. Only for billions of dollars, people will just throw everything away. Disgusting.
That's why a lot of people, they never make it to the billionaire echelon. It's because they know they couldn't handle it. They know they couldn't stay true to themselves, and rather just because they don't have the strength of mind.
Here you go. There they are. There they are. The Paragon.
He's just filming the section and then filming the whatever our story flyer about Joanna Gaines. What is her name?
Okay. Yeah. Now I get more who she is.
The paragons of Christian entrepreneurs and family values right next to the satanic designs inside of the Pride display in Target.
Yeah. I mean, it's really, it doesn't need to be said, but just like, you think she's a billionaire and you thought she was still a good Christian before this,
Yeah.
I don't know, whatever Christian values you have, they're not good.
Also, just like, what do you want her just to get rid of her stuff? Like, how would this guy have felt during, segregation? Listen, I don't want the water fountains by the other water fountains. I don't want them I don't want to be able to see the other water fountain from my water fountain.